I want to show you a fascinating clip, guys. A pair of Democrats were on Bill Maher's show and they started talking about Trump's new gold cards that they're selling for $5 million for citizenship. And these Democrats actually sided with Donald Trump. Take a look.
All right, this is from the people. What do you think about Trump's proposed $5 million gold card visa for wealthy foreigners? Is it smart economic move or a problematic policy? I guess I know what he's talking about. Trump wants to sell a visa. You get permanent residency. By the way, I looked this up, we are hardly the first country to do this. Doesn't mean it's the right thing to do. But, you know, I remember.
Yeah, we actually have a version of it. It's called, I think it's called the EB-5 or something like that. So it's fine to do it. I actually think maybe it's because I'm, very patriotic. I think 5 million, we should be charging 20 million, or, American citizenship is worth more than that.
It comes with Ukrainian minerals, though.
But what I love about Trump is he said, you get the green card, but with this, the gold card, you get extra privileges. like what? You get to vote twice? Or what?
It's amazing.
Well, now you're speaking Chicago language. I'm for it, but it's part of a bigger package on immigration reform. It's been 42 years since the last one, so I'm not against it. But it's part of a whole package.
So you saw there, the audience boos at the beginning, and then you have Bill Maher, who's kind of alternative media, maybe a little bit of mainstream media, the CNN host, who's mainstream media, and then the Democrat, who's in politics, so you have every kind of part of the left there. And every single one of them actually defend Donald Trump and said it was a good idea. And I have to be honest, at first, when Donald Trump kind of introduced this idea, I was a little bit more on the side of the audience on this issue. But as I thought about it more, and I realized, as Bill Maher talks about, the historical precedents for this in other countries and in our country as well, and it was well established, I realized that this is actually a very good idea. And I crunched some numbers that I think are really interesting. And this is kind of the economics of it, if you will. You have people who would not just pay down the debt, because obviously if you're paying the government, it's going to take down the debt, and that's good. Getting the deficit down is good, but also bringing money into the country with their businesses, because the assumption is if they're able to spend $5 million to get citizenship, they must be rich, have some sort of business, so they're going to be bringing more money into your economy. But this is the kind of the numbers, because I think it's actually frankly genius in terms of economics. I looked it up. It would take 7.4 million people doing this to get rid of all of our debt. So it's not really going to solve our debt issue. It could help. Like you could get 500,000 people, rich people in the world to do this and pay a good portion, 10% of the debt down, which is very significant. That'd be like $4 trillion. But there's not 7 million people to do that. But I think the far better thing, again, is making it easier for wealthy people to bring their businesses here, because what that basically means is more tax revenue, more jobs, more money in circulation in our economy. If you look at Singapore, for instance, I kind of looked at the numbers on this. Singapore has this program. You can pay $2.5 million for permanent residency there in Singapore. Their average citizen, their net worth is $550,000 US. And their debt, their national debt as a country, is under $1 trillion. So for me, if I'm looking at those numbers and saying that it's working for Singapore, I'd like that in America in a heartbeat. This tax season, thousands of Americans are going to be leaving tons of money on the table by not filing their taxes, because the average tax return is over $3,000 this year. Unfortunately, I've partnered with a company that hates the IRS as much as you do, so they fight to get you every dollar back possible. Quick Tax America. Quick Tax America has already gotten its average returner over $3,000, and they do all federal returns for only $69. It's a completely transparent price because it's their only price, no matter how complicated your taxes are. They do all the work as well. No more spending 4 or 5 hours with other big online services. All you have to do with them is simply upload your files, answer a few basic questions about yourself, and then schedule a 15-minute finish your return call with a tax professional, and they'll do the rest. So go check them out at quicktaxamerica.com, or you can go to the link in the description below. Thank you so much for watching, guys. If you haven't already, go down below, like the video, subscribe to my channel, and watch another video.